And so you saw the poll here. Seems like his followers are in support of this. Now I'm going to go through 4 reasons why I think Tesla will do this, and likely in Austin, Texas. Starting with number 1 is the Cybertruck. Elon had mentioned that the Cybertruck's demand was way higher than they possibly imagined. It would take years of backlog orders to reach its demand. He said it was so controversial that they weren't really sure how people would receive it at first, and he's been genuinely surprised by this. So obviously they need to increase production, and with the Fremont factory being pretty much filled up, they're going to need to make some more room to build the Cybertruck. So having a Cybertruck labeled made in Texas just fits with Texas culture. A lot of trucks down there, as well as Elon made his Twitter bio temporarily Austin, Texas, which he doesn't really put things on Twitter lightly, so he always has sneaky little messages in there, so that could be another sign. But as far as why the Cybertruck might also be there is, we noticed Trump in a recent interview said that Elon Musk is our genius and we must protect him, but he mentioned that Elon will be building a very big factory in America. Having already built 2 factories in America, Fremont plus Giga, I wonder if he had been exchanging information that they might be building a 3rd big factory in America. In addition to that is logistics. So Tesla currently builds most of their vehicles in Fremont, California, with the addition of the Shanghai factory and some other projects like Giga Berlin. But now they need to expand their footprint, but they're already to the ceiling filled up in Fremont. So Elon had mentioned that currently when they're shipping cars from Northern California, they're having to ship them, if they're shipping them to Europe or wherever, they have to go down the West Coast and then through the Panama Canal. And the Panama Canal sometimes is very backed up and clogged, so they have to take the freight ship full of cars down to below South America beneath Chile. Rough waters, crazy weather, huge waves, and they're bringing a ship full of Teslas back up and then into the Atlantic, and it just seems like a huge journey. So it makes a lot more geographic sense to have something closer to the East Coast for international shipment, as well as the Gulf of Mexico, which is a big port for resources, which could also help them. The 3rd reason I think it may happen is leverage. So currently Tesla cannot sell in Texas directly to consumers, and there are 28.7 million people in Texas, and they cannot sell directly to consumers. You have to go online and order your Tesla and have it shipped to you. The showrooms there in Texas are simply showrooms and galleries. You cannot actually buy a car there. So this will unlock a huge market for Tesla to be able to more effectively work with consumers and potential customers through the process and make sure that they can purchase Tesla conventionally. And the 4th major reason is SpaceX. So SpaceX is expanding their footprint down in Boca Chica heavily, and so because they're doing this, they're going to need a lot more stainless steel 30X cold rolled. So for example, the Starship is 50 meters tall, and the Starship with its booster is 68 meters tall. In addition, so it's 118 meters tall, which is massive ship. And so they actually share the exact same material as a Cybertruck. The Cybertruck and the Starship rocket are sharing the exact same 30X cold roll steel. And the Starship is not going to be just a single rocket. There's going to be potentially hundreds, as Elon has commented, to make humanity a multi-planetary species. So SpaceX is investing big in Texas with the Boca Chica spaceport, as well as in Austin. Tesla already has employees there for their hardware, for coding. They do some autonomy work there, and it's just a tech boom in general in Austin, Texas. This is a multifaceted approach for them. Helping build the truck in Texas makes it more of a branding thing for pickup trucks, as well as it solves a logistic problem of shipping cars from California all over the world to now they can access the Atlantic much easier, and then leverage to influence local policy to perhaps get Texas more supportive of Tesla's direct, unique sales model. And number 4, helping SpaceX's need for this 30X cold rolled steel that Tesla and SpaceX will both benefit from. So I think this is really cool with the announcement here for Tesla's autonomy team as they're expanding their role in the market, as well as SpaceX as well, if potentially there's maybe some cross-pollination between the 2 brands with the cold rolled steel. So I think it's a really cool development. We'll see what happens maybe on Battery Day or on Q1 earnings. They'll unleash this news. But with the extra capital raise recently, just raised $2 billion, I'm very curious to see what they're thinking. So anyway, thanks for checking in, guys. Those are my thoughts on this. I'll see you next time.